everyone, welcome to another episode on Trends Talk. Today we'll be discussing about an unfortunate incident that happened in Yelewata town of Benue State. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. It was an unfortunate incident where Fulani gunmen attacked the people of the town. So it was so unfortunate that hundreds of people lost their life, including women and children. Today we have on the show a guest, Mr. TK, an environmentalist, who is going to be shedding more light and enlightening us on the root cause of this problem. And along the line, we'll be discussing the current situation of Benue State, and if possible, we could provide a possible solution that could be put in place by people or the government to curb this problem. So, Mr. TK, welcome to Trends Talk.
Thank you very, very much, host. Ladies and gentlemen, Benue is burning. And what are we going to do about it as humans, as people, as citizens, ladies and gentlemen? It's quite unfortunate that humanity has been reduced to what we call almost flies. Children burning,
Quite sad.
kids burning. All of us who are adults have children, and we will love them to the world. And we should do better as humans. Now I'm going to give you the story, because whatever happened today, there was a story yesterday.
Yes,
there was a story.
Backstory.
Yeah.
Okay.
So during the colonial times, which I don't want to go too much into the details of that, but during colonial times, the Fulani herdsmen have a route around Nigeria in which they practice open grazing.
Okay.
There are thousands of members who are Fulanis. We do not even know how many Fulanis are there. And Fulanis are cut across Nigeria, Ghana, Togo, everywhere. So it's very, very complicated. Now, because Benue is the food basket of Nigeria, there's a lot of farming going on there, mechanized farming, developmental farming. So all of them have wire mesh, all of them will have fence and all of you. So this literally has blocked the pathway of the elders. So there has been a lot of friction between them over the years. If you have been following this news is not fresh.
Yes.
During the President Muhammadu Buhari time, the governor of Benue State and Mr. President went at it with each other. It was so intense, it was so terrible. Unfortunately, this new administration has inherited this bad omen.
The past president, President Muhammadu Buhari,
Yes.
is a Fulani man.
Absolutely.
So that's why he believes he could speak to his people.
Yeah, originally.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, originally this should not have been an issue, because both of them are literally food baskets of Nigeria. The meat market is extremely important for Nigeria. The crop market is also important. In other developed nations, they should be literally working together, not working against each other.
Okay, sorry, I have a question.
Yeah.
You said during the pre-colonial era that the Fulanis, they have a path.
Yes.
Okay, does that mean everywhere we see these headers today is actually a laid down path that they're supposed to have followed?
Yes.
Or
Thank you for that question. If you notice, during the President Muhammad Buhari tenure, the Fulanis took advantage of everything. You know, this notion is our turn. Unfortunately, if you are in Abuja, if you see that Fulani were everywhere, going into cities, going into airports, going into major roads in which accidents occur, and this is what brought about Amotekun in the southern western part of Nigeria. And when all the governors form together, form a coalition in which they stopped the spread of Fulani just going into people's farms. So President Muhammad Buhari tried to do what they call the Ruga settlement at that time, in which he created this pathway from the north to the west. The Yoruba people did not want that, because this historically it belongs to our father,
Land.
our fathers. So, and it's fair when your parents, your generational wealth, your generational land. So this has been really
So, do you think that measure the government have put in place is fair enough?
It's a total failure because it looks like it's subjugated some other people. It's not fair. I believe what the government can do to provide a solution to this, because this problem, we have to halt it. It has to stop. Killing of children, killing of people, destruction of property is still Nigerians' home. We are still Nigeria. We do not want a civil war going underneath. So what we can do, because literally, a Fulani man values his cow so much, sometimes values more than life. A Fulani man sees his cow like a woman sees gold. They value it a lot. It's a culture stuff. So the problem is exacerbated during the Muhammad Buhari time, in which there was a lot of AK-47. I mean, militaries don't even get to take AK-47 home. Like you see a little child holding an AK-47. They said they were being subjugated, they were being abused, they were being
they see it as they are using it to protect themselves.
AK-47, ladies and gentlemen. How do you use AK-47 to protect themselves? Who gave them? Now there's a notion that these herdsmen that go about in the bush, they are just custodians of the cows. They are not the original owners. The original owners are sitting somewhere in the high places in Abuja, in everywhere, because
they are our politicians.
Yes, the meat market. Just imagine, ladies and gentlemen, we are more than 200 million in Nigeria. Now, every single citizen, consume meat every day. So it's a multi-million dollars business. And what is this? So I think they are trying to protect their own livestock by getting guns, AK-47, unlicensed.
That means, these people are being sponsored by someone.
They are being sponsored by this, and just like any other things in Nigeria, the government is a victim. The same time, government is the sponsor. There's a lot of things, there's politics going underneath that we, the citizens, the normal lame people don't even understand. But we believe when a citizen of Nigeria dies out of violence, we should all be held accountable. Because as a Nigerian, as a citizen, we must do better.
What do you think the people of Benue State, because at times they say, okay, let me not even go there. If the government is not standing up to help these people, because this is something that have been happening in the past. And still nothing has been done. And it's still repeating itself. People keep losing their life and properties. So what do you think this community, let's look at it from the community now. What can this community do to protect themselves from these people?
Some people say fight fire with fire, but ladies and gentlemen, that's not what we want in Nigeria. We want to prefer a civilized solution. How do we go about it? We should the Fulanis have to call their leaders to a meeting with the Nigerian government also, and also the sponsors and the most powerful people who we know are the individuals who control the Fulanis. Sit down. We are Nigerians. We can think. This doesn't look good in the perspective of the world. Nigerians are fighting each other. A civil war is brewing. Let's sit down together. Nigeria has one of the biggest landmass in Africa.
Okay, so when you are saying we should sit down together, who had this we?
We, as in terms of the government, the Fulani leaders, and the people. It doesn't have to be on camera. They know each other. You guys are the most powerful people in Nigeria, even in the world, because we're talking about a lot of wealth. But if a child who doesn't have much is dying because of some fight, it doesn't make sense. So sit down. There's a lot of land in Nigeria. The federal government can allocate some lands to them. I think that can work. What do you think?
The Fulanis that I know, I don't think if a land is allocated to them for their whatever
controlled grazing,
so I don't think they are going to accept that, because they believe their cows should not be restricted.
That is a very good question, I host. But Ladies and gentlemen, if you are in this condition, what do you